So launchpads have been out of favor for a long time. It's understandable why. If new projects are not launching and many of the newer projects are really just barely hanging on, then realistically, how does a launchpad even grow? And that's exactly what 2022 and most of 2023 felt like. But obviously 2024 is different, things are changing. And so our first pick is one of the leading launchpads and one of the best survivors in this space, DAO Maker. So DAO is up a good 70% in the last 30 days, but is more or less just breaking even in the last 90 days, in the last 3 months. Which means that DAO Maker has been in a little bit of a slump, really at a time when its markets and new project launches are growing pretty aggressively. So maybe it's lagging behind a little bit, but that does equate to an opportunity for us. DAO Maker is without question in the leading group of launchpads for the crypto industry. They, along with some others that we like, so for example, DeFi, Engine Starter, they attract the best of the best projects. And many new projects launch really on all three of these, or at least 2 out of the 3 on a regular basis. So of course, DAO Maker is growing. Its position in the market is improving as more new projects come online. But the price is really not catching up to the growth just yet, and that's an opportunity again for us. Some of the upcoming listings on DAO Maker are going to include DAppad, Weave6, and Edu3 Labs, which you're going to be hearing more about soon. And of course, we expect more new projects to launch and a generally optimistic feeling for the rest of this month of March. And then, of course, like I said, leading up to and beyond the Bitcoin halving in mid-April. So on that note, let me know if you're registered with any launch pads, if you take advantage of these kinds of launches. If so, which one is your favorite? Maybe it's one on this list. Maybe it's one that we haven't talked about here. Let me know in the comments below. Listen up if you're watching this as an American, because I'm talking to you. Because we've actually found an exchange that offers you the best of both worlds. Want to trade spot markets on over 400 trading pairs and without KYC? Yeah, you can. Want to trade perpetuals markets on over 150 trading pairs with KYC that accepts Americans, by the way, Canadians too? Yeah, you can also do that. The only exchange we've seen in the market that lets you do both simple spot trading without KYC and perps trading with KYC that Americans can use is BYDFi. And along with the great fees and almost no slippage on trade orders, you also get up to $8,698 in bonuses just for trying BYDFi. And then in addition, you also get our flagship Altcoin Buzz Alpha service totally free for 1 month. And you can check out BYDFi today by clicking the link in either the description of this video or the pinned comment below. Now, we've got one of the hottest projects in one of the hottest narratives in the crypto industry. That narrative is AI, artificial intelligence, and the project is Akash. And one thing that I've not really seen talked about much in terms of crypto Twitter, in terms of the chatter, is the synergy that's going to happen between crypto and AI. This is not something that can be overstated. Really, these are 2 industries and 2 trends, 2 developments, technologically speaking, that are made for each other. Just as a quick example, you can use an AI agent to do a task and then use crypto to pay for it to either finish the task or to pay the agent. The reality is that people and companies are not going to create autonomous AI agents and then present an invoice or whatever, expect a bank transfer as payment. They are absolutely going to want a digital native payment to go with the digital native service that they're providing. And honestly, I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. It just seems so obvious. It seems they should be talking about this. And the footage being shown here is the CEO of NVIDIA saying that AI is actually going to entirely replace coding. And if and when it does, then take everything I said in the last 30 seconds and realize that it's just going to happen even faster and more aggressively. And that is a perfect segue for us to go back to Akash, because AI needs a ton of computing power for things like large language models, and especially for rendering images. And Akash is a decentralized marketplace where you can buy, sell, or rent GPU processing power for AI purposes. We like this project a lot. We've been talking a lot about it recently, and it has had a massive price run recently. AKT is the token. It's up about 50% in the last week. It's tripled in price in the last 3 months. That's what we're looking at here. And zooming out to the last 12 months, we can see that it's up about 1,000%, probably more actually. And so we find ourselves sitting on a market cap of $1.425 billion, which is a lot. And a fair question to ask would be, can the project still grow from here? And if the answer is yes, can it continue to grow quickly? The answer to that is also yes, because we have to remember that Akash is all about 2 top narratives, AI, but also DePIN. Akash also just got listed on Coinbase, which means that Americans who have honestly a notoriously difficult time of getting access to Cosmos IBC ecosystem assets, now they can actually easily and directly buy Akash, which is great news. This just happened at the end of February, so a couple of weeks ago, and is a much bigger deal than people realize for US retail investors. And furthermore, keep in mind that a lot of the newly bought NVIDIA GPUs are ending up on the Akash marketplace. So like I said, large market cap right now, $1.425 billion. Honestly, give this time, allow the narratives to mature and develop. We really could see this project becoming a $100 billion market cap project. And last but not least, here at number 3, we're looking at SUI, S-U-I, which is kind of like a middle child, the forgotten, sibling in the layer 1 chain, so to speak. But it's been doing pretty well since its mainnet launch in May of last year. We actually had SUI in our top coins for February, and it was up a respectable 6.2% for the month, which admittedly is not setting the world on fire the way Bitcoin is right now, but it's still done a 3x in the last 3 months, so not too bad. And that's because SUI is making big moves, like investments in its own ecosystem in the form of the Cetus DEX. And recent new listings like Binance Japan make it accessible to, of course, many more investors all around the world. I personally feel like the industry has kind of been sleeping on SUI. Like I said, it's that sort of forgotten middle child. And the improvements that we've seen recently have been pretty impressive, pretty spectacular, actually. If the first 2 months of 2024 are any sign, then it's showing that people are starting to wake up to the value of this project. It's another big one right now, relatively speaking. $1.9 billion is its market cap. That puts it at number 67 in terms of the ranking. But I anticipate a lot of growth to continue for this project from here. SUI, currently at $1.57. Altcoin Buzz Alpha is proud to say that we now have a winning portfolio spread among different sectors. And additionally, we're also very well positioned to get into good IDOs. And if you're into passive income and airdrops, just check out the number that we've received until now. Add to that the original TIA airdrop and all the others that are upcoming. We've achieved this by giving several deeply researched and diversified calls. Just check out some of these numbers from December 2023, last month. And right now, the plan moving forward is to reallocate profits to low caps, to diversify into new segments, to keep getting bigger and better airdrops, to catch the latest trends like Bitcoin and Linea inscriptions, and to dollar cost average during market flushes. We just recently introduced a yearly subscription to Patreon, and you can take advantage of that because if you subscribe to that yearly plan for a limited time, you get 1 month's membership completely free. Check us out by clicking on the link in the description of this video and the pinned comment below.